We're back.
Yep.
It's the next day and it's been 24 hours since our concrete was poured. Let's take a look at it. I noticed in the last video that the white table kept washing everything out, so we've tried to fix that today with this, covering the white table with this plastic bag. Hopefully our video won't get washed out. All I have learned to do, and most of the time I remember this, and that is to cover most of the white. Because watch this. You know, the minute you expose a lot of the white, I can't see it through the screen, but it'll kind of wash it out. So I don't know if that was a good example or not. Anyway, back to the concrete. You can see it's nice and hard now, and these marks are where the plastic hit it, but it's no big deal because this is the bottom, and we're going to see what the top looks like. Barrett, you want to take the screws out?
Yep.
Now we're going to have to turn it over to get the other screws out, but that'll work good. We'll save those screws. So we just turned it over, and I thought I felt it coming out of the form, but go ahead and take the screws out, Barrett, and it should make it easier.
Okay.
But you can see this, how much white is here. Then if I point the camera just a little bit to get the other color in there, you can see the difference. So maybe we should start using blue forms, blue or green melamine. That's not a bad idea, actually. If you're going to be making videos, you know, of this stuff, it's not a bad idea to use a color for your forms. Okay, so we're going to unveil the top. You ready, Barrett?
Yep.
All right. No air bubbles. Look at that. Sometimes if you use regular concrete mix, you will have a problem with air bubbles, air pockets. I don't know if you remember seeing us when I was tapping the sides of the forms. What I was trying to do is to get all of the air out of the slab, you know, so we wouldn't have little pockets up here. Now, some people, if you can achieve this finish, this nice finish, some people actually like this finish because it looks more like concrete. And this, of course, this will lighten up whenever whenever it dries out. It'll be more this color, this lighter color around the edges. But the problem is that the edges are hard to maintain. So what we normally end up doing is grinding a camphor or a chamfer, depending on whether you're Norm Abram or Bob Vila. That's one of the words in the construction industry that it's probably 50-50. Some people say camphor, some people say chamfer. Anyway, but what we're going to do is we're actually going to grind this. Okay, so I'm going to do this quickly. I'm not going to waste a lot of time doing it, but I did end up getting a new grinder. I actually have a grinder made by Fine. It's F-E-I-N, and it's really a high quality grinder. But at the time I bought it, I think I bought it like 7 years ago, something like that. It didn't have like a water feed system on it, and we would have to take like a little can, poke a hole in it, and let the water slowly drain out over the concrete while we were grinding it. But so I decided to go ahead and pick up one that's not as high quality, but does have a water feeding system on it. So we'll get this out and we'll kind of see what it looks like. Oh boy, a video. Oh, I had lost my If you want to kind of learn or see some concrete countertops made, I had bought one of these a long time ago. This Ching, this guy, he's been doing this forever, and he's got some decent videos. And I had ordered one just for the fun of it. So here's some discs. I'm pretty sure some grinding discs. Probably there's the diamond. This is the heavy one. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is the one that's the most destructive. You got to be careful with this one because it will take the concrete off. You can see it's basically a diamond studded disc. This would be like for your first go, your first grind, and then in here I'm pretty sure these are the pads that go from like maybe 60 to 800 grit, something like that. We'll just take them out right quick and see. There's 3,000, 1,500, 800, 400, 200, and these are the backs, 100 and 50. So you start off with 50 and go through each of these, and of course they just have different coarseness built into the face of them. And this is felt, sort of hook and loop. It'll stick onto your grinder head, and I'll show you how that works. This is actually the head that mounts to the grinder that these stick to. We'll just go ahead and stick the 50 on there. Just like that. And this is this is probably going to be the water recovery system. You can hook a, your dry vac, a wet dry vac to this, and it's got this little seal around it, and that'll suck the water out. The grinder will have a connection. You can feed water into it, and then this will actually suck the water out. So I don't know if we'll use that or not. I have a bib I put on so I don't get wet. If you encounter any problems, call the FBI. Oh. You can see here, there's your valve for your water connection. And then that's a little shroud in case you don't use, I imagine if you don't use that water recovery system. And just a handle, some tubing. There's your connection for your hose and all that. So it'll take a minute to get this going. You ready to make some cookies? I got my rubber apron on now. Just for such a small sample, I'm just going to have Barrett feed the water, and it's a pain in the butt to get all the hose and everything hooked up. Let me see. So what you want to do is you don't want to put a lot. You just want to wet it down, and you don't want to hit this hard. You want to start off on like a low RPM. Don't hit it. Does that swing that towards you? This diamond disc is a little too abrasive for this fresh concrete. I'm actually going to change out the head here. Okay, so this, this being fresh concrete, pretty much, 24 hours is not that old. So you can see where it started to really get into it. And I don't mind it getting down. We're going to grind it down to the aggregate bed. I just don't want to do it too fast and uneven, because it'll get uneven on you if you're not careful. So we're going with the 50 coarseness. All right, so Barrett, spread some water on there for me again. That's much better. Now you can see Barry, where it's starting to get into it, into the aggregate. That's what we want. This slab is a little bit young to be doing this, but we're kind of on a limited time frame, so I'm going to keep going, and we'll show a little more grinding. One thing you got to do is kind of keep it clean. See how when I've cleaned it off, you can see where I've ground it. What we're doing, we were sitting on top of some cement, and so that's why I wasn't going any further. So you got to keep the residue kind of washed off, and then you can kind of see where you haven't done it. Okay, so that looks pretty good for the first, just rough first round. You just want to get that top layer of cement off. So now what we're going to do is start to move up we'll go to the 200 next. No, that's just the gravel. Now, if we were doing a whole slab, we would hook up the water system because it's a pain to have to keep washing this off like this. But okay, so hopefully you can see where we're going with this. The reflection of the trees is messing it up a little bit, but let me see if I can get close enough to where you can see what's going on here. We're just grinding it down to where you can see the aggregate. Now, I will say this slab was a little young to be polishing. We should have probably waited another day, Barry. But I don't mind because I just got the hard part done. I got the top layer of cement off. Now I'll let it sit for another day, and when this gets harder, the higher pads, these, when you get up into the 1500 and the 3000, what's that one? They will actually start to work. I guess I got 3000 on there. They will actually start to polish the Portland cement and the aggregate. Right now, you're just seeing them kind of polish the hard stuff, like that piece of aggregate right there, that piece of gravel. It's polishing that, but the cement around it hasn't set hard enough yet. So we got the hard part done, and we'll let it set another day and come back. Nice